Okay, we gonna try and get this on the road. There's a lot of things that been going on. The streets is calling. We gotta avoid the streets, but we're here, we're ready, and we're back in action. What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of the one, the only We Got Next. One of your hosts of the show, Hayes, aka El Shifty. Actually, matter of fact, we're switching the script up. I am your host of the show. I normally have some special guests on the show, whether it be the recurring special guests that you all know at Steven underscore Springs or some of the other crypto people. We're going to start getting more people on the show. That's kind of the goal that I want to end up doing going into like the holiday season and next year. Or I'll even like do interviews with different people and just talk to them about their thoughts in terms of sports. I have a lot of Ravens fans, have some Steelers fans that are out there, and then I want to start going to other sporting events that are coming up. But without further ado, I do want to start off by saying I did not do a spaces this past Monday. There was just a lot of things going on with the IRL job that I had to end up taking care of, but we'll be back on the books next week. Make sure to end up checking out Steven's podcast with the quick slants that he had. He put out a good episode recently, and I think that everyone should end up taking a listen. Steven also will be at the Ohio State game this week. Ohio State against Penn State, which will be a good one in the horseshoe. So I'm looking forward to that. I'll talk to him and hopefully we can recap what all happens out there. Because if you remember, wherever Steven ends up going, they always have some sort of adventures or journeys or stories that they're going to end up bringing back. So I think that's something a lot of people should end up listening to, sticking into, however you might want to end up calling it. For just everyone out there that's probably going to say what's Hayes doing, just background wise, I do have the MLB game on. We have the Stros and the Rangers. I was able to see the Astros play the Orioles in the summer, so it's kind of cool end up seeing the Astros where they are now. Max Scherzer is the starting pitcher for the Rangers tonight, which is a good one. That's something else I think is cool because I knew who Max Scherzer was, used to work with kind of his kids. And then Max Scherzer ended up going to New York. We saw what happened to both the pitchers, Verlander and Scherzer. They both ended up getting traded. They got traded to the Rangers and the Astros, and they're both playing. Verlander was actually in the game before. Verlander wasn't tonight, but Scherzer's tonight. Verlander, they didn't win. The series is 2-0. Also, the D-backs and the Philly series is 2-0 as well. But kind of getting back to the script. So the hot topic tonight was going to be talking about the AP top 25 in college football and the different ones that people have been saying should be a part of the top 25, but the ones that should be a part of the top five with the power rankings. And the question was going to be, and I'll pose it again next week, but a lot of things will change because one of these two will either stay in the top five or the other. Let me rephrase that. One will stay in the top five as an Ohio State, and then the other one, Penn State, will fall out of. I would probably say they would fall closer to the back end of the top 10. You could probably see them near 9 or 10. If anything, maybe they might get flipped by some, but there's a lot of things that will happen because UNC is playing this week as well. So that's something else that's important. There's a couple other teams. There's a lot of 5-1 and 6-1 teams that are behind them, which makes a difference. But if Penn State wins, I feel they'll jump into the top five. Ohio State will fall out of the top five, but I only think they'll move to either like 6 or 7. I don't think it's going to be a major fall, especially Washington has a big game too. So Washington has a big game. Florida State will be playing. Georgia, Michigan, they're all playing. So it'll make a difference. But what I was going to ask, and I'll bring this up next week, is Penn State is not getting that same love for the top five as other teams are. Yeah, sure, there's 6 other teams ahead of them that are undefeated, but I assume it kind of goes to the strength of schedule and the teams that they've been playing too. That's one of the few things, but I'll get his take on it next week. The teams that are currently undefeated are Penn State, University of Michigan, Ohio State, Georgia, University of Washington, Florida State, Oklahoma, UNC, and Air Force. Some people forget about Air Force. Air Force is actually playing Navy this week. So that's kind of a game that I'm looking forward to seeing. UNC, of course, plays this week. So that's something else that I think a lot of people look into. UNC plays Virginia. I can see UNC winning that game. I don't think that should be a tough one. Oregon plays Washington State Cougars, so I think Oregon should be able to take that one. Oklahoma plays UCF, so I think Oklahoma should be able to take that. And when you start to see this with some of these games, Washington plays Arizona State, so that should be a dub this week for them. So the important game, and a lot of these teams will move up, is that Ohio State Penn State game. Florida State, they play Duke, which is 5-1. So Florida needs to win that. Florida State needs to win that one. If they lose, that's kind of an impactful one. But yeah, the big one is going to be the Penn State and Ohio State game. And it's in game, which is crazy. Michigan plays Michigan State, which is important in itself. Georgia plays the Gators, but everything's going to ride on that game. So that's kind of the first thing I wanted to talk about. The next thing I want to go into that I've been doing a deep dive into recently has been a lot of NFTs. So there's been a good amount of NFTs that have been popping off. I'm going to see if I can end up bringing up some of these in real time just so we can end up talking about it. Pudgy Penguins is at 5.18, which is, they were up more earlier. Meebits is at 0.93. D-Gods is at 3.2. None of those are the ones I really wanted to talk about. There were two that I wanted to bring up. Owls is one. What the heck? Oh, I guess I have to connect. It won't let me do anything unless I connect. But Owls is one of them. It's called like Owls of the Future. Let's see. I click here. So Acid Pepe says, oh, they had 2 sales. Oh, they had a go. Oh, where all these sales come from? Damn. They had, oh, these are not sales. Okay, they had 2 sales. One for 0.29, the other one for 0.33. This is Acid Pepe. I want to get back into them, but they just don't have a lot of sales. Is that a home run? Is that a home run? Damn, it went to the wall. Jose Altuve was close to a home run. He hit on one of the first pitches. Oh, Owls of Fortune. So we'll do this in real time for everyone out there, just for anyone that's probably curious or wondering. Let's see. Let's see what we can find. So Owls of Fortune currently sitting at 0.0. They have so many sales. No, but so they have, yeah, it's coming in close to 0.009. If I can even get a, that's all I have in this wallet. Ain't that some shit? Oh, they just had another sale. They had a sale of 0.01 on Blur. I guess I'll do this afterwards. Damn, they had a sale of 0.02, so clearly people are buying up the rares. Here I am. All I want is a regular one. 0.049. So that'd be a loss of 0.008, but if I can make that back if that ends up going. So what we will do is, I'm just trying to buy this in real time because who the hell knows what'll happen by the time I end up getting off. No, definitely not. Okay. So this is one of the ones that I had. And so something else, I'm on the NFT segment. And once it goes through, I'll end up getting the Owls of Fortune. But something else that I think a lot of people need to realize, Ethereum, people don't like to be on Ethereum. Why am I having to do 2 transactions for this? 0.001 and then 0.002. Oh, because once this shit ends up, see, because it shows 0.04. But it was showing before that I didn't have 0.04 in my wallet. Yeah, it was showing 0.008. So are we gonna have more in my wallet now? Because I also don't know where all. Okay, what is pool? What the heck is pool balance? Oh, oh, I gotcha. Okay, I think because I owls of fortune. I need blue ones. Let me get this one. Oh, this one's kind of ish rare. That's an expensive ass fee though. Um, okay. I think I got 1.0698. Insufficient funds. 0.06. Bro, I have a fee for that too. Why are there so many damn fees? What do you mean? Why are there? Oh, okay. We were gonna fight. We were like truly gonna fight if that was the case. There's a lot at 0.088. Once this wall breaks, I think we should be good. Okay, so I don't know what y'all are talking about because all right, so I ended up just getting two. And okay, so I'm saying all that because there's been a lot of sales on Owls of Fortune. That's been the biggest thing I've been doing. The other thing I wanted to end up just bringing up is I've been talking to a lot of different people in the NFT community, and I have a good amount of yeah, it can't work, but I have a good amount of NFTs recently that I've been buying, so that's been pretty good over there. The other thing that I wanted to end up touching on is just continue to pay attention to the crypto coins themselves. I know a lot of GameFi gaming has been big, so there's going to be a lot of airdrops. I'm hoping Thursday or Friday. That's my goal if I can end up doing that. I don't think I'm going to do too much on Friday, so I'll probably spend a lot of time throughout the day just focusing on all things like crypto. That's going to be my day to end up because I'm so backed up with all these different things I need to research and look into. So we'll kind of see. I did have an Owls of Fortune at like 0.006, but anyways, got off topic with that. Other thing is the heist has been putting out a lot of gaming mechanics, and I think that's something else people should look into. Now I want to end up segueing into the stuff that you guys probably all care about. The rest of the stuff you're probably like whatever. First thing is in the MLB, so both series are 2-0. I think the one that has a more likelihood I also don't necessarily know games do Rangers have to win. So they have to win two. Okay, so best of seven. So they I can see since this isn't a winner take all, I can see Houston taking one of these. On the flip side, I can see it being a sweep for the Diamondbacks and Phillies. The Phillies just are hitting on all cylinders right now. So I can really see them taking it. Yeah, the Rangers right now seem as though they might give up a game to the Houston Astros, although Phillies won both of their games at home. The Astros lost both of their games at home. I think that's the impactful part. I do think it's going to be, obviously, I'm going to say this, but I can see it being the Rangers and the Phillies. And the Phillies really on a redeem tour. I'd love to see the stats behind it, but I can really see Phillies winning um the whole thing this year. They're just clicking. They were there last year and they lost. I don't think they want to lose back-to-back years. Some shit would have to change if they lose back-to-back years. But the other thing is WNBA is on too. Damn, that's a lot of sales that just happened. Oh, we are about to hit it. Do I have any? I do. Let's for the shits and giggles. Because shit, I mean, if I can do it, I might as well. I didn't know that like they're moving. And it's a bunch of sales within the past 15 minutes. Yeah, because they're about to break the .008 wall, 88 wall. Then they'll be, I really think that this can go to .02. And it doesn't seem like much, but 1% is solid. If you had, let's say you had 10 of these and it doubles. So you put .1 into it and then it flips to .2. That's a solid $100 you made. So I think that's something that people should look into over there. But let's get into the thing that you guys probably care the most about. And that is our picks, what's going on. So this upcoming week, we have only 14 games. We have a good amount of teams that are on bye this week, which is a little disappointing. I think that's the easiest way to put it because there's a lot of players that we focus on that are going to be not playing. So the Bengals, you don't have Joe Mixon, Jamar Chase. I mean, you might have had T. Higgins, but I don't know. You might have had Joe Burrow. Dallas, you don't have CeeDee Lamb. You don't have Tony Pollard. Me personally, you don't have Brandon Aubrey. That's the kicker over there. Tennessee, I think the only one you're missing is Derrick Henry. But rumors have been coming out that Derrick Henry might even be there that much longer, and they might trade him to a contender, and they'll just be starting Tajay Spears. If you Derrick Henry, my gosh, that's a good one. New York Jets, you're without Breece Hall. Breece Hall looks solid. You're without Breece Hall. You're without Garrett Wilson, Carolina Panthers. You're without Old Man Rivers, Adam Thielen. Currently, you can start Chuba Hubbard, but Miles Sanders has been injured, and they've been talking about his contract that he just signed with them. So the Panthers are going to go back to Miles Sanders when he is ready. They've also been saying that the Panthers are looking into getting a number one receiver. Adam Thielen was not the number one in Minnesota. They had Stephon Diggs after Stephon Diggs, it was Justin Jefferson. So Adam Thielen was always able to be the two. With him being the one, he's putting up good numbers, but it's not necessarily the role he needs to be doing. For the Houston Texans, you're without CJ Stroud. I know some people have been using him. Nico Collins, you're without Damian Pierce or Devin Singletary, whichever way you go. And then Tank Dell is the other one that you're without. If you had the tight end over there, Dalton Schultz, you're without him. But kind of going into games for this week, first one we want to talk about is the Jags and the Saints. For me, it's a caveat. If Steven went with the Jags straight out, I assume that if Trevor was not playing, he would think otherwise. But right now, I'm going to go with the Saints. I just think that Derek Carr, Kamara, Chris Olave, they'll get back on the page. especially if Trevor Lawrence is not playing. I'm going with the Saints. That Saints defense will be good. Bears, Raiders. I'm going with the Raiders. Steven with the Bears. I'm going with Raiders. Justin Fields is not playing, so the Raiders, I think, will be solid. I also feel defensive wise, if you need a defense, the Raiders defense would be a solid one to put out. They only have 27 points depending on which fantasy app you end up using on defense, but I think that they'd be a solid one you can end up putting out. So I'm going with the Raiders there. Steven has the Bears. Colts, Browns. Steven has the Browns. I'm going with the Browns. If you saw what they kind of just did to the 49ers, I think they should be able to have fresh meat when it comes to the Colts. Gardner Minshew back there. I still am very frustrated by Gardner Minshew with how he ended up. On the Eagles, I had a bet on the Eagles last year, and I think it was the Eagles and the Saints. And the Saints won, and Gardner Minshew was just, I don't know, Gardner Minshew was just being Gardner Minshew. Bills, Patriots don't make it harder than it needs. I'm going with the Bills. Steven has the Bills as well. Giants, Cowboys. Giants, Commanders. Steven has the Giants. If they're playing here, I'm going with the Commanders. So I got the Commanders in one. I don't really trust the Giants right now. I also think that they wasted a good amount of money on Dan Jones, which I don't think they should have done that. Falcons, Bucks. Also, Steven went with the Giants because he loves Saquon Barkley. I'm pretty sure that's the main reason why he went there. Falcons, Bucks. I'm going with the Bucks. It is a little contingent upon who's the starter and quarterback. This has been the week of all the quarterbacks damn near just getting injured. But I'm gonna go with the Bucks if Baker Mayfield is playing. Lions, Ravens, even as the Lions. I'm gonna go with the Lions as well. I can see Lamar Jackson have a solid performance. This will also be the game of if the Lions wins, a lot more people will talk about the Lions. I can assure you of that because they would have started to beat other teams. One thing I will say is Lamar Jackson is 51 when it comes to the NFC. So take that for what it's worth, but I'm going with the Lions. Steelers, Rams. I got the Rams. I don't think it matters who the running back is as long as Matthew Stafford's there, Puka Nacua is there, Cooper Kupp is there. I really think that they should be fine. Sliding in for running backs, they were talking about Ronnie Rivers, and they were also talking about Zach Evans. So I tried to get Zach Evans a decent amount of my leagues, could not do that. So here I am just with none of them. Let me end up seeing this for you guys really quick. Running backs wise, I guess someone picked him up. I guess so. Someone clearly said they're just going to go with them. I think it's K Mitchell. Yeah, because I don't even see him. Ronnie. Oh, Ronnie Rivers is still out. Oh, when did this happen? This happened today. So Ronnie Rivers is gone. Ronnie Freeman. Oh, sorry, Royce Freeman is there, but it looks like it's going to be Zach Evans' backfield. That's kind of how it's shaking up. So Zach Evans is going to be the main one there. Steelers, I don't know if it's going to be Najee Harris or if it's going to be Jalen Warren, but I got the Rams. Steven has the Steelers. Next, Cardinals, Seahawks. Do not make these games harder than they need to be because I'm going with the Seahawks in that one. Steve says the Seahawks, the Cardinals still have one thing on their mind, and that's Caleb. Other than that, nothing else really matters to them. Next one is Packers versus Broncos. Sorry, let me stick with the Cardinals for a second because I brought it up in terms of the Cardinals. So apparently, rumors are out there saying that Caleb Williams wants some sort of equity with whatever team he ends up going with. I think that's a dumb idea right now. It's brilliant for him, but I think it's dumb because let's just say Caleb Williams doesn't ever turn out to be anything. He has some sort of equity in the team. Then other players are going to start this. And yes, they have every right to ask for these different requests and expel this. I think you got to prove yourself some. You can't just be coming in saying, I want some stake in the team. If you've been in the league 5, 10 years, and then you say, all right, that's different. Or if you end up putting in 20 years, let's say Tom Brady said, you know what, Robert, I want to end up getting equity or have something from the Patriots. I think that's cool. Tom Brady put in his time there. Caleb Williams, we got to see what do. Yes, of course, they said like Trevor Lawrence was a sensation. They predicted that back in college, and look what he turned into. I get that. Yes, the same with like they're saying that about Caleb. I got to see something first in the NFL compared to what it was like in college. Because look at Bryce Young. Bryce Young was doing well in the college, and look at kind of how he is now. You also got to think Anthony Richardson, same way. Anthony Richardson came out saying, hey, I want some equity in the team. Well, he's injured right now, and we think he's going to come back next year, but nobody ever knows what's going to happen. Next one is Packers Broncos. The Broncos just aren't good, so I'm going with the Packers. Steven and Packers as well. Chargers and Chiefs. I'm pretty sure I did not put the Chargers. I'm going with the Chiefs. I guess it's going to end up being, oh, that should be, oh, he stopped. Wow. I guess, oh, bases are loaded. Yes, I said earlier that I can end up seeing Houston end up taking one. This is Max Scherzer's first start since September. So he does have a little rust. Of course, he's done like practice and stuff like that. It's one out, bases loaded, which is a really important thing because if they even get a home run, if you get a granny out of this, that changes the dynamic of this whole series almost. I have the Chiefs. Steven has the Chiefs. Dolphins, Eagles. Look, I'm gonna tell you this right now. Tell you one time only. The Eagles defense sucks. If you think I am ever choosing the Eagles in a matchup like this, yes, I get the Bills ended up beating the Dolphins. These are the Eagles. This Eagles defense sucks. And you're telling me you got Tyreek. Oh, he's about. I remember I saw the Eagles and the Chiefs when it was Tyreek Hill. Yo, he is about to shred them a lot. It doesn't matter who is guarding him. You can put four corners and a safety on. You can put the whole team on him, and he's going to shred them alive. That's all I'm going to say. So I got the Dolphins. I think this is a prove it game. The Eagles are going to either top two and then be tied with the Cowboys, or the Eagles are going to be able to get this one, and then the Dolphins are going to drop one. Also, if they don't catch that, I think you should also run still. But that's why I'm not a third base coach, because clearly I would have told him to go. Final one is the 49ers versus the Vikings. Again, don't overthink it. I got the 49ers. I think that's an easy game for them to end up getting. They don't even have Justin Jefferson. So I really think that should be simple for the 49ers to bounce back off of that one. They're saying now that CMC might play. I don't think he's going to play. I don't know if it makes sense to play. But of course, they always say when it comes to CMC, sometimes he ends up not wanting to share all the relevant information. I could be one of those times, and then you switch up your whole game plan. If you were to tell your opponent right now, hey, if he's not playing, they can shred everything that they had and know how to just end up focusing on the receivers. You wait till the last second and then say CMC's not playing. Oh, he's coming home. Wow. Damn, Scherzer. Wow. That's big. That is big. Scherzer has a little rust, and it's kind of showing. I know he's frustrated. I don't even know if you can blame it on the catcher. Yeah. I mean, it's a mixture. It bounced off the ground. So that's kind of tough. Yeah, that's a tough one for Scherzer. Yeah. So currently it's 1-0. Well, and there you go. It's about to be two, maybe even three. Is the other one coming home? Yeah. 3-0. Yeah, they cleared the bases. 3-0. I legit said earlier I could see them taking one. But yeah, so that's everything over here. I ain't got nothing else for y'all today. I thank you as always. He's out. He's out. He's out. The tip of that glove touched it. He is out. Clink out. That should be. Is that out? Because they had two outs. So if he's out, I don't know if those runs count. Yeah. Well, they might. Okay, they counted, but the inning is over. So yeah, it was at the end. But yeah, that's everything over here. I appreciate you guys as always for listening. Make sure to end up tuning in next week. We will have special guest. He should be back on the show. But this is Hayes. Make sure to listen to the Quicksands. Make sure to listen to the Twitter Spaces. Make sure to continue joining us, and I'll keep you all posted on different NFT trades I end up making. But next time, it's Hayes, AO Shifty. We out.